What was our topic yesterday? What was our topic? Tires. Okay. Rollover, right? What was our, who remembers what our takeaway was?
Okay.
Yeah, first from the wheel. Good, good. So today I want to talk about our backing process. So we went really in depth for a couple of weeks, about a month or so ago, and we introduced a 4-step process, right? Who remembers that? Anybody remember the 4-step process we kind of went over a bunch of times? So when we were doing all that, our backing processes were really good. Everybody, when I was doing the OBAs, they seemed to be following the process really well. Since then, we've kind of started missing a few things. I'm going to take the opportunity today to kind of re-go over the 4 steps, okay? So what's step number 1? Scan and plan, right? What exactly does that mean? What should we be doing during that part of the backing process?
You're looking where everything is, and you're planning your approach.
Okay, perfect. So as you approach, when you know you're about to back, right, and you're coming up to that backing situation, you're scanning and planning your approach, right? Okay, what's step number 2?
Shortest distance and street as possible.
Okay, so I mean that was pretty self-explanatory, right? You don't want to do any unnecessary backing, right? And you want to do it and you want to back in a straight line as much as possible, right? What's step number 3? R factor. Okay, so let's kind of go into depth on that one. What is the R factor, first off? What does that mean? What should we be doing?
Scan and wait 3 seconds.
Okay, so we're pausing, right? The R factor is basically we're pausing for a few seconds to scan everything around us, right? When should we do that pause?
When you put it in reverse.
Okay, so you put the truck in reverse, and before you actually back up, you pause and scan, right? Okay, and then the last one. What's the last one?
3 miles an hour.
3 miles an hour, right? So so in order to go 3 miles an hour, what does that mean you have to do? Cover your brakes, right? Your foot's off the accelerator, your foot's over the brake to where if anything were to happen, you're able to go to the brake immediately, right? Okay? So what's the purpose of our 4-step backing process? What's the point of us talking about backing so often? Huh? Safety is too many accidents, right? So the majority of the accidents that we have at Waste Management, not just here, but everywhere, company-wide, majority of our accidents involve some sort of backing situation, right? So we talk about it very, very frequently. So here's some things that I've been seeing lately. No R factor, okay? I mean, we're not pausing, we're not taking the 3 seconds to scan, okay? We have to do that, okay? We need to make sure that we are taking the time to look around us, especially on the resi side now that summer's here, right? Kids are out of school, playgrounds, neighborhoods, they're gonna be outside playing and doing all this stuff. So we have to make sure that we're clear of children. There's gonna be a lot of excess traffic, because of the kids being out, especially, the kids that are driving age, they're gonna be, going places and doing things. So, we're probably gonna see more traffic than what we're used to in the middle of the day because of the fact that the kids are out of school, okay? So we have to take that extra time to scan. What else do you think I'm not seeing very much of? Any ideas?
Scan.
Sean said it. Say it again.
Yo.
Helper. Okay. A lot of times, especially on the shorter backing, where it's maybe like a cul-de-sac or something like that, our helper's not behind us. They're not guiding us and giving us the hand signals. Okay. What's the purpose of our helper being out there, Raquel?
To guide us.
To guide us to, and what else? What side should they be on? The right side. And why are they on the right side?
Blind side.
That's your blind side, right? That's where that's where the bigger blind spot for you is. So they're not only guiding you, like Raquel said, but they're also helping to make sure that they see or help you see whatever you may not be able to see, right? So again, it kind of goes to the fact that they're looking out for things that you can't see that you could end up hitting, right? And again, that's the most important now because of summertime, okay? Any other comments? Anything else that we should talk about in regards to backing? No? Pretty.
I think that's a mandatory thing.
Yeah, blowing your horn. So definitely mandatory on the roll-off side, you know, with the industrial. I say we use some discretion on the resi side, in neighborhoods and things like that. We don't wanna go through blowing a horn at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, you know, in a neighborhood. So you kinda use your discretion. Middle of the day, especially not in the neighborhood, you know, probably can, you know, in a neighborhood, 7 o'clock in the morning, probably shouldn't. Like Trey said, and Otis, definitely anytime we're on the yard and we're backing and at the hill, we should be using our horn. Good question. So when we talk about the backing process, what should we walk out with today? What's a good takeaway?
R factor.
Use the R factor. All right, perfect, let's go.